Hi, my name is Debbie Heiser, and I probably haven't known Becky as long as you did, um, but I had the great privilege of getting to know Becky over the course of about a year and a half. I was interviewing her for the Mentor Project and was getting to know Becky and learning about her life um, through her point of view. In particular, learning about her mentor relationships. The first thing that I was really struck by with Becky was her voice. I didn't get to meet her in person at first, and Skype's video wasn't working, so we only had an audio connection. And her voice was like getting a word hug. It was just a beautiful Southern drawl that had the most warmth to it, and um, it just had such an even tone to it. I loved speaking with her because of her beautiful Southern drawl and her remarkable warmth and emotion that came through in her voice. Becky wanted to tell me about her life, and a lot of the the way that she communicated to me that she felt that she was able to do so much was partly because of her beginnings. She let me know first off that she was one of seven children. Her dad was a long haul trucker, and her mom was from Japan, and they lived in Alabama. That's where she grew up. And the thing that struck me was that she said when she was growing up and met new people, that she didn't really blend in her surroundings. And when people met her, they expected her to speak pidgin English and that she wasn't going to be as educated as she was. And and this stuck with Becky, I think. I think that, it was something important that she wanted to let me know. The one thing that she really felt so strongly about was that um, she, and I'm sure that all of her siblings are as well, was brilliant. And a neighbor, Berthanelle Allen, realized this with Becky and said to Becky, let's get you into college. Um, and Becky wasn't sure this was going to happen because she didn't think that she had the financial resources to get there. But Berthanelle worked with her, and Becky was able to get a lot of scholarships and go to college. And this was something that nowadays we kind of take for granted that a person should go to college. But Becky had epilepsy and was told by her physicians that she should just stay at home and collect disability. And at the time, it wasn't such a far stretch for a woman also to not really go off to school. And if she did, maybe to choose nursing or teaching. But that's not what Becky wanted. And Becky went ahead and enrolled in college in math and engineering and was the only woman. Um, and yet again, feeling like she was an outsider in this world. Um, so Becky was a pioneer in many ways, and she didn't let anything stop her from doing things. But she was the first to say that she didn't do this on her own. It was through her really meaningful connections that she had in life. She was so close with her sisters. She loved her parents very much. She had great neighbors, great people in her life. Um, and they really helped her to realize that this is the path that she wanted to be on, to have meaningful connections in her life. Becky made it to the NSA and again was one of the very few women in the NSA at the time that she enrolled. And it was a mentor of hers, Jim Anderson, who helped her to navigate this new world that she was in. Um, and Becky did this well. Becky was highly regarded. She's written books. She was top of the field. She didn't do this just like she didn't do anything halfway. Um, Becky had a tragedy in that she and her husband lost a child, and she really, really wanted me to know that this was devastating to her, as it would be to anybody. The way that Becky handled this was to reach out to others, to get support from others. It never, the this impacted her forever. It never left her. Um, in fact, it was so great that she went all the way to California to become a VC and start a whole new career. Um, she needed to just be in a different part of the country. And she did this. And again, Becky did really well when she moved to the West Coast and started her VC work. Again, a pioneer in a new area, a pioneer for women, yet again. Um, she was a woman who made sure that along the way she was mentoring and helping others all through her career. She wanted me to know that this is what kept her going, was the meaningful connections. Each mentee that she had, she said, was like a child for her, like a sister for her. They were part of her family. She had a family that was incredibly large, and this family was made up of her mentors and her mentees. And she cared so deeply for all of them. And she wanted me to know that it's really what made her, want to go on with life. Finally, Becky made her way back to Alabama, where she started, and was thrilled to be in a mentorship position at a university right back where she started, where she was getting mentorship from others. Becky made an impact on my life. I was able to see how someone took what could have been a very different life and made an impact on so many lives. And I will not forget Becky. I think that Becky is an inspiration to all of us. And I thank you for letting me share this.